for a funky stretch. You can drop down. So if you're working towards front split, we'll go ahead and press through your hands. So you can lift your front knee up, continue those rocking motions as you make your way out of your split. Eventually send the left knee back next to the right. And we'll take some little circles out in the hips. We'll go ahead and sink into our front hip flexor there. The right hand will come to the inside of the right ankle and reach the left arm high. Next step here is to take the right elbow to the inside. Gently return to center and toe heel the right foot a little more out to the right as you sink down towards your elbows. If you held the hamstring stretch a little longer on the left side, do so on this side. And as you continue to rock forwards and backwards, now is your time to work towards your front split with your right leg forward. As we move here, this is the perfect time to notice any imbalances on the body. Maybe you notice one side is more flexible than the other side, and that's totally normal. So if your other side was more flexible than this side, which is my case here, I'm much tighter with my right foot forward. Really work deeply in here. Breathe a little deeper. Push yourself a little harder to get to that same place. So we'll start to work on our frog. Lift up out of your child's pose and take your knees wide on your mat. And I'll show a couple different angles here. So knees want to stay 90 degrees. Keep your foot flexed to protect your ankle and your knees here. And begin to press your hips closer and closer towards the mat. Keeping your upper body in that Sphinx pose will help press your hips down a little closer towards your mat, as well as give you a bit of a back bend here. I'm showing from the front. Knees stay nice and at 90 degrees, and sink your hips lower. You likely will not be flat to the floor at first, but that's what we're here to work on, right? So if you have a couple inches between you and the floor, this should be a pretty intense stretch, especially if you're lifting your chest and actively pressing your hips towards the floor. Tuck your toes and come through down dog. Go ahead and step one foot forward and then turn yourself to the side so you land in a wide-legged forward fold. Once you're there, bring your hands to your hips and come up halfway and begin to bounce out right and left. So bending into the left knee, take 2 little pulses, and then into the right, 2 little pulses. I show from this side, removing one side and the other side. So shifting sides. Go ahead and find center. Drop your elbows and round up. Make a cat-cow here. Flow with your body. Drop down at first as you press your hands into your hip. Legs go wide here. Go ahead and draw your left knee bent. Pivot your torso towards your right knee. Reach the arms up as you exhale. Fold forward. Go ahead and lift yourself up. We'll take a half happy baby with the right leg. So a hand comes to the inside of the foot. Hold there. And extend it long. Fold out. Turn to center, bring the right knee in, pivot the torso towards the leg, reach both arms up and over. As you lift up, left hand comes inside of the left foot, find a half happy baby. And release the leg long, fold over. And we'll prepare ourselves to work into our middle splits here. So take a straddle, and what will probably happen is what's happening here to me. The hips are lifting up and it feels like you can't get anywhere here. And if you force yourself to come over, hips will probably come way up. If you're interested in working on informational, and you can watch and get some ideas for your own stretching. So check that out, definitely. But for now, work on pressing your belly down and rounding back. So if you aren't flat to the floor here, so here I'm facing you guys. Just continue to stretch your middle splits. Also using a wall is awesome, and I should get a video up on that. So many things to talk about with middle splits here. I'm just showing you some different variations. If you feel all right in your middle splits enough to take a twist on over to one side, you can do that. The same as we did in the frog splits. And take the other side. Middle splits. And take some circles, anything that really feels good here. And you take a little forward fold for a shallow hip opener. Anything really feels shallow after doing middles. Go ahead and find your way back to a comfortable seated position. Take some circles one way or the other, and we'll take a closing breath together here. So bring your attention back to your posture. Take note of how this practice went for you. As you exhale, let it all go. Take a deep breath in all together. Reach your hands up. Exhale into heart center. 2 more. Inhale, reach up. Into heart center. Last one, deepest breath of the class. Sip in a little more air at the top there. And our heart center. Thank you all for flowing along with me. Make sure to let me know how this practice went for you in the comments. Namaste.